Welcome to the 2039 season, a joyous time in West Indies cricket, 6th in the world rankings and coming down off the highest of highs in the Test World Championship final to find ourselves a very mid-tier sort of team at the moment. We've got Bangladesh coming up, we've got South Africa for 2, we've got Sri Lanka for 2, Australia for 2 and finishing up with a World Cup at the end of it, which we are defending champions in. The Test World Championship has been obliterated. We've just lost 3-0 to Pakistan. Currently reigning defending T20 World Cup winners, Asian World Cup winners and Test World Championship winners. And we lost 2-0 to England, who are on the mark. I just wanted to talk to him, Lois. Who has been doing really well against us over time? Well, Darcy has got the most runs from England against us. Most of these are English players. Aziz has got pretty much the most runs in Test cricket. But if we look at some of the high averages from people that scored at least 514 runs, we will see that Shaven, who's been doing us dirty lately, averages 76 against us. Thomas from England has scored 75. In terms of the most hundreds, Shaven's 5 is the one that hurts us the most. He scores 100 a lot. 57% of his innings he scores is 100. We have been done pretty hard there. Likewise, in terms of wickets against us, Eves 121 at 24 turns into a world beater when he plays against us. Dodsworth from England is up there. Rian Ahmed is up there. But it is a really interesting time for us because we've got some good players. The thing that we've not got is any good bowlers, which is time and time again over the last few years caused us massive amounts of heartache because we've had good bowlers a lot in this save. We just don't have them at the moment. And we've had bad batters a lot. We just haven't got them at the moment. We've got good batters. Never quite been able to put together having a great team. Thomas is going to be out injured. James is 35. Rose is 36. I'm going to move on from Rose. He's had a good career, but I'm going to bring in this guy, Hollis Nolan, 24 years old, 96 at 25, strike rate 38. Economy rate's high, but the future is his to see. Also got young bowlers of Marvin. We've got Dianarini, who's been pretty good for us. And we're going to give this guy a debut as well. Kieran Julian, 26 years old, 136 at 24, strike rate 45, economy 3.25. So we're making changes to try and make ourselves a better team in the long run. We need to get Sinclair in the team, but we can't do it because we've not got a wicket-keeper spare. Now, the thing that could happen is he's 27 years old. Moore is now 35. Bennett's 34. So if this is Moore's last year, because I've not really had a guy go past 35 and still be good. He averaged 32 last year from 5 games. So maybe his time is up. We could do that. And we could give the captaincy to Singh, I think. Because those two are 30. Bennett's 34. There's no way Bennett could be a captain, eh? Terrible cricketer. So maybe we do a bit of that, which means dropping a guy on 99 tests, which doesn't quite feel right. So we'll keep it like that for now. John came in and looked pretty good last innings, scoring 100 on debut. With the ball, well, this change gives us a younger bowling attack and a chance to grow. Dianarini's been a good bowler for us. James is now 35. Marvin averaging 39, but we're gonna give him time. What sort of pitch do we want? Well, we've got a seamers deck against Bangladesh. We're down to 4 stars. It's been a long time since we've been a 5-star team. We're going to bat on the best day to bat. Yeah, about 300. It might not be a bad score in the context of the conditions we're going to have coming up against us. And to be honest, we owe it to Kaimani Joseph, 26 years old now. He's 134, strike rate is 79. We gave him the acceleration boost towards the end. He had a good partnership, 10 test match centuries from 45 games. Happy with what you're doing, bro. And the partnership with Julian at 72 was massive. Dianarini put on 68. It's not bad because it's going to get worse to bat on day 2. Yeah, we've got 83 run lead. Never as bad as what... Well, it is sometimes worse than what you think it could be, particularly with us. But here, it wasn't. We were relatively good with the ball. They put on 108 for the second wicket. But outside of that, we got a bit of momentum. Marvin, 4 for 59. Happy with that. Day 2, session 3. If we can bat a day, get a 300 run lead, we've got a great chance. 307 to win. 223 all out in just 67 overs. It's quite a good strike rate for us. Singh and John with a pair of 50s. Little partnerships on the way down. It's day 3, session 2, and we've got this coming up. So I'm actually quite happy. 300 run lead, these conditions. And we get home by 25. Marvin with a 5. We actually, I think, in these conditions, don't necessarily need the spinner. I might be able to bring in an additional bat. 127 from Kwang Yum. He's been very good against us throughout this save, but gives us a 1-0 lead over Bangladesh. They never get more than the 2 test match treatment. So we do make the change. We're bringing in the extra bat. Sinclair to bat at 6, drops everyone down 1. Does put quite a lot of pressure on the bowlers, but does up us slightly. 288, so it wasn't too bad. Farhad scores 136. He's had a pretty good time against us, actually. Versus country, we go West Indies. 3 centuries from 11 games. So, yeah, he has done well. Wicket spread around again. Dianarini, slightly expensive. He's going to be an expensive bowler. So, I'm okay if he picks up the odd one here and there. But day 1, session 3, we've got 3 overs to bat through and hopefully some decent overhead conditions. 36 run lead. I'm pretty happy with the extra bat because we added a lot of runs. We were 5 for 112 and 324 all out. We had 250 partnerships in the last 5 wickets and all of them over double digits. Really happy. Dianarini's 44. I'm happy someone averaging 23 coming in at number 8. Sinclair with 87. 148 to win. Good performance. Marvin with 4. Kieran Julian, straight out of Madagascar. He's coming in and actually looks like a very good bowler for 26 years old. His strike rate's good, his economy rate's good. Looks like the real deal. Days, that was not pretty. We win by 1, but we lose 3 wickets for 1 run at the end. Arif runs absolute riot. We get across the line to win 2-0. What a bizarre series. Also, down to 87 points. Okay, we've got some changes again. Lots going on here. So, Dianarini is out for a week, so he's going to miss the first test. The conditions are a road, which doesn't suit us. But what we've got is a spinning all-rounder in the squad, who averages 19 with about 28 with the ball, 292 wickets. Might be worth a little look at. You're kind of weighing up who's the best bowler in all honesty between Samuels and Anderson. Anderson gives you more controls. Samuel's slightly higher strike rate. How many bowlers do you need? Probably 4 as a minimum. So I think that's what we go with. It's a really inexperienced bowling attack. Just between 3 of them, there's only 11 test matches. We've got a brand new off spinner in the mixer. Just under 5 stars, so not too bad going up against what is always a difficult place to play. South Africa in South Africa. On a road, that could have been a lot worse. James was 6 for, goes at 4s, but he takes 6. Anderson, only the 1 wicket. He picked up their number 4 in the lineup, but he only went at 2.32 and over. So it's going to be hard to gauge at the moment if that's a really good performance. The pitch is only degraded by 1 for bounce and wear. Safe to say our first innings bowling was actually very good. We got a maiden century, second century for Sinclair. So we've dropped him down the order, but he's obviously a good player, averaging 41 in ODI cricket. A couple of stints in the team, but 167 here was brilliant. We scored at a really strong strike rate for us. We never outscored the opposition, but what I decided to do was, as soon as a guy was slightly in, move him up to 4 on the aggression charts, and it worked for us. We got 50 from 5 of the top 6 and a century. And they've declared on 409 for 7, so it is still a road. They get 119 from Limburg. We can't make the breakthrough, but their run rate didn't get away from us, which was quite good. There's 1 session and 35 minutes left. 2-3-1 to win. Match drawn. We get 170 for 6. We score a rapid amount of runs, but it was not to be. Middle order got blown away trying to get in. Pitch, well, it's going to be a seamer's deck, so I'm going to take Anderson out and we get the pleasure of welcoming him back, Dianarini. All-seam attack. What is this? What is this player? What is this squad selection? Yeah, 491. South African batting attack is pretty good. Love with 100. Rushmore scores 226. Marvin and Julian were quite economical, particularly at the start. Dianarini and James both went at 6s for a hell of a long time. Now, Now, we batted in bad conditions. All of a sudden it was overcast and doing bits, and we got smashed. Lose bad by 100 an innings and 14. Sorry, Singh and John put on a big partnership, 164. But as soon as they went, you could just see it coming. We'd just see it coming from a mile away. Lost to Pakistan, lost to England, lost to South Africa. We're down in 7th. Sri Lanka, it is going to be on a slightly seaming deck. Could do with winning the toss here. 282. And that's a get out of jail. We were 4 for 70, 5 for 84. We get 91 from Dianarini and Bennett. They declare on 500 for 3. My days, we are getting battered and getting worse. There might be a turnaround here because we've just scored 565 for 5 in just over 113 overs. 156 from Fredericks at a 94 strike rate. 178 from Nick Moore, Test match century number 20. There you go, brother, 35 years old. 88 for Sinclair, 50 for Bennett. They need 3, 4, 5 to win in 3.5 sessions. We need 10 wickets on a pitch that is not broken down at all. One of the greatest come-from-behind victories in Test cricket history. We were bowled out for 282 on a road. They score 500 for 3 and declare. We score 560 for 5 and declare. And then we bowl them out for 189. Nick Moore, man of the match, scores 260 runs in the game, but 178 not out is pretty special. Okay, the change we're going to make is Dianarini is coming out and we're playing Nolan as the first choice spinner here. Not sure who the best spinner is, so I'm kind of fiddling around. Dianarini is excellent, really excellent. His bowling isn't as good as James. There's not a lot between it, is there? He's more expensive. I feel like James is more likely to win as a game. But Dianarini is keeping his place. I can't long for an all-rounder, get one, and then just chop and change when I want. Bowl them out for 280. It's not bad. But what's great is Nolan's 4 for 42. We've called him out as a strike rate guy. 38.1 in first class cricket. 131 lead. We owe it down to Dianarini. You can't go anywhere without the guy. 11 tests. Averages 30 with the bat, 32 with the ball. It's gold, really, isn't it? I don't think his bowling is a 32. I think it's probably more like a 35, 36 overall. But happy with that 131 run lead, which we would not have had without him. 256 to win. This is going to be quite tight. They get 97 from Chandana, who scored 90 in the first innings. So 2 jugs from him for jug avoidance. Wickets shared around. Pitch, well, it's turning a lot. Now we lose by 88. We get rolled for 160. It was the seamers that actually did the damage up top, like early wickets. And then Cody Cara, 5 for 72. Average 610 wickets at 34, but he's rolled us. Tie the series, and I think it just goes to show where we are. We're 39 seasons in on 84 points. We started the save on 80. One change, I don't want to do it, but I'm taking Sinclair out. I feel the balance of having another seamer in the team works best, and Dianarini's batting, I feel, is good enough to be at 7. And Dianarini, I sometimes wonder about his bowling, whether he could be a first change bowler or whether he needs to be slightly different, more of a Stokes role. Well, 42 wickets at 31, 3 fifers says different. We take a good lead, 165 with runs shared around, top 4 all getting a decent score. 41 from Dianarini again, just player, absolute cricket player. Win by 10 wickets in Australia. I'm going to take a little bit of that. 173 out. Nolan 5 for 6. Let that put the world on notice that the 25-year-old kid could be alright. Yeah, 460 by the Aussies here. Marvin with a 5, James with a 4. But they were 5 for 182 and Oliveira scores 100. Well batted, sir. 3 out of 11 games for you. He looks like a better player. Also, Australia are generally on the rise in Test cricket after years in the doldrums. We lead by 200. Hello, batting lineup. Hello, Fredericks and Singh with 270. 144, 143 combined. Hello, huge run rate advantage over the AI. This never happens. 150 for Joseph. 100 for Bennett. Bennett, for all the slagging off I've given him, averaged 46 this year. He's been very good. Quite an historic performance, this. Some big come-from-behind victories this episode, so the future could be bright. Marvin with 4 with the second new ball. Romped through the end of the innings. We beat Australia away 2-0. We have a series which 4 players scored a century and 6 players scored a 50 plus. And with the ball, I think we've seen Nolan come into his own over the last couple of games, which is a good thing to see. Marvin looks good. World ratings do not look good. And Test World Championship is a very fair to middling batting average. Well, it's up. Average 32 in the year 2062. That is a very good effort because we've been poor for quite a long time. Likewise with the ball, we averaged 28 in the entirety of the save. Unfortunately, we've averaged 35 this year. Our worst years in terms of average have all been the last few years. Tyrone Singh, 8,324 runs, is about to go past, this is incredible, the Samaru Soldier in terms of runs in about 25 less test matches. And he's got 20 centuries to his name. Season's done. And the World Cup winner, well, we're back to India. We didn't make it through the group stage, but India beat South Africa in the final. So another Test World Championship failure. Yet another trophy for India. They've won 5 of the ODI World Cups, which is the most. Pakistan's won the most T20 World Cups. And it will be a Pakistan-West Indies, the dream. Pakistan-India Test World Championship final. We'll see you back for season number 40. We'll see you then.